Thursday. Man, we are late today, right? We're an hour or 45 minutes late. Happens. We're just talking about college basketball, trying to figure out how we're going to cover this thing. So if you have skills doing videos and you can edit, hit me up, mitch@pickdogs.com. We might have a place for you. How about that, Chris?
Talk about getting your foot in the door.
Yeah. Talk about a way to get your foot in the door. There it is. Send me a sample. Edited. Not, just on your phone or something. Send me an edited sample. And if it's good enough, then you're good enough. We're not looking for a ton of people, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I know a guy. I'm going to call him.
Know a guy who knows a guy?
No, you got a guy. I think you got a guy.
Oh, okay.
All right. Anyways, we got a full day of sports today. We got NFL. We got 4 NBA. We got NHL. We got college basketball and college football. So let's just get rolling. Normally we try and give everybody a couple minutes to join us, but we don't have a lot of time today, and we got a lot of ground to cover. So let's just get right into it. We've got the Panthers taking on the Falcons. These teams just played each other yesterday, and they play each other 6 to 7 times a year. Normally it's in Atlanta, though. So this is like the one time every 6 years. It's kind of like the Olympics. Every 4 years it's in Carolina. This is that year. Right? It's
like they don't. I'm just picturing it like the Olympics, where these guys don't come like sprinting out of the tunnel with like the fire shooting up next to it. They're all walking in like a straight line, just like waving to the crowd.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't even think they use that song anymore. Right? They used to use it for ABC.
Say Baker Mayfield was going to be the flag bearer, but the other team picked it off and took it from him.
The Olympics. Football, now an Olympics. Chris, what do you think of this gem in Carolina? This is another built for Amazon Prime game.
Yeah, I was going to say that. This is what you pay for with your Prime membership. Oh, boy. Stock's going to plummet. But I got to go with the over here. I've been a big advocate for primetime unders this season. They've been really good, but they're starting to tail off a little bit. And especially on Thursday night, I think the under 16-7 the last 23 Thursday night games. But this matchup just sets itself to be higher scoring. I mean, the last meeting, just a few weeks ago, like you mentioned, finished with 71 points. It was 37-34. And I still think, PJ Walker's starting to look a little bit more comfortable as the quarterback for the Panthers. Marcus Mariota and this Atlanta offense has all of a sudden fired the Falcons to the top of the division. So I think this is just going to be a higher scoring game. I think, even moving this line is the exact same as to where it was in the first meeting. I don't care that it's a short week. I got to go over the number here.
And I'll just take the Falcons. They beat them last time, and I think they just beat them again. They'll be able to run the ball and have great success controlling the clock. And
do you call 2 missed field goals and a missed extra point? In 2 missed field goals in overtime and a missed extra point on the last touchdown, beating them? I'm not so sure. It's like I gotta disagree with you on that. That's beating them. I mean, the Panthers missed the
win in the win
goals.
column.
I understand, but they also had the lead, gave up the long touchdown at the end of the game. The Panthers missed the extra point because the excessive celebration made it like a 60-yard extra point. They missed the extra point. The game went to overtime, and then the Panthers missed 2 field goals in overtime. I wouldn't say they beat them. I would say that they won. I would say that they got the win. I wouldn't say they beat them. I'm just throwing it out there.
Either way, they got the win, and they get the win again.
Freaking hate Prime.
Whether the Panthers bumble it around and fumble around all over the place, I'm not backing no Panthers team. No thanks.
Rod's humping up on Amazon Prime over here. They should put all the games on Prime. Rod's like, all the games should be on Prime. I could watch them on my phone. I could watch 8 games at once on my phone. It's like, can you imagine how annoying that would be? I know people that would watch it. You ever go like to like be in the waiting room at like the hospital or like in a doctor's office or anywhere, and someone's like watching a movie cranked up to like 11 on the sound, with no earphones,
or
that, video or something,
person
talking.
That or the talking on the speaker.
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing?
You're sitting in the waiting room and some guy's like, yeah, I don't know. I just ate something funny and now I'm sitting in the waiting room at the hospital. I'm like,
it's like, cool. Yeah, and I thought it was gonorrhea, but it's like, yikes, man. Right? I knew it. I used to live in Chicago. When I used to live in Chicago when they came out with the iPhone, I said it was just a matter of time before people were watching porn on the bus.
Right. Exactly. That's the guy got the little earbud in, and you can't even tell that he doesn't. You don't even notice that his phone's around, and all of a sudden he starts talking out of nowhere, and you're like, "Are you talking to me?"
Oh, I've been on airplanes. I've been on airplanes and seen people when I'm walking onto the plane watching our videos.
That's awesome.
Yep, I've seen it, and that one of my good friends, Joe Kavanaugh, who's often in the comments, he didn't even know I was doing this, and he was in his office and he's walking by some guy's desk and he heard my voice. And that's how he started watching us. Anyways, man, this game stinks. It was a bad game the first time, and I think it's going to be equally as bad. I like that the passing props are both like under 120 yards in this game. I think it pretty much says it all. I think I like the over, though, because I kind of like where they left off, and the world is on the under here, including the betting tools. It was one of those shows where I did the video, I gave out the over, and then the betting tools say under. I had to give out both. You said over on your other, and you say under on this one. It's like, this one is the betting tools. I even said I disagree with it. Oh, I got the weirdest comment today, too. Like today, 5 days later. It's like, and you picked Clemson. You disagreed with Jay. It's like, I disagreed with a lot of people on that pick, number one. Number two, it's not the first pick I've ever gotten wrong. And he said, and the same with Alabama. It's like, I gave it LSU as a premium pick, and I wrote in there, take them on the money line. It's like, and I gave it out in the video, LSU. It's like, what are you talking about? Freaking people, man. Anyways, I'm going to take I'm sticking with the over. How about Cordero Patterson anytime touchdown?
You can see it. He's healthy. I haven't seen.
You don't see too many BYU running backs in the NFL. Right? Algier, Falcons. It's like you just don't see any BYU backs. You rarely see them. But there he is. Anyways, wow, deathly silence here. We go to our next game, our next set of games. We'll go to the NBA. I haven't even really had a chance to look at these games this morning. I haven't put in any premiums on NBA. We've got the Wizards and the Mavericks. The Mavericks haven't covered anything, and then if you don't want to take the Mavericks, then you have to take the Wizards, which are dead to me, even though they've been covering a couple spreads. We've got the they're going to move my mic back to the other position that I used to have it. I just kind of like it a little better. It was fun up here for a little while. That's hanging down in the picture. How about if I just do this? Good vibration. Exciting. You ever see that, like with the Beach Boys? They're all around the mic.
They're all hanging.
Same mic as I have too. Same one. I'm thinking of good vibration. She's giving me excitation. Good. As my wife would say, who sings that song?
He's one.
Keep it that way.
I scared my wife so good yesterday. Like I take pride in scaring the crap out of her. She was in the shower shaving her legs. I went into the bathroom, put my face up against the glass. It was awesome. She turned around. Ah! It was a screamer. It was so good. Her face just pressed up against it. Hawks and the Sixers. We've got the Miami Heat against the Charlotte Hornets. The Hornets are freaking awful, man. They stink. Heat not so good either. And the Pelicans screwed me last night against the Blazers. I had the Bulls, that's why they screwed me. Chris, what do you think of these four beauties?
Oh, there's still a couple I like here. I know you're not going to love it, but I do like the Washington Wizards plus the points. Like you said, the Mavericks just have not been able to do any sort of covering with the number lately. And at least with Washington, at least they've shown they can at least keep games semi close. I would lean towards the Wizards plus the points there. I think it's a one possession game if the Wizards don't win it outright. And I'm also going to take the under between the Hornets and the Heat. I just want no part of the Charlotte Hornets right now. Miami Heat playing some low scoring games as well, and historically this has been a lower scoring matchup, so I like the under 214 in that one.
She's giving me excitation. I'm thinking of good vibration. She's giving me excitation. Rod, how about you? Good vibration.
Well, yeah, I'm not a fan of taking the Wizards either, but I think you got to. The Mavericks 0-5-1 ATS their last 6. So, and you look, the Wizards are 6-1 ATS last 7 versus Dallas. So, take the Wizards plus the points in that one. Hold your nose. I think they got a good shot to win it outright in that one. The other one I like, I'm gonna take the Blazers plus the points here against the Pelicans. You look, Jeremy Grant will be back. He didn't play yesterday for the Blazers, but he'll be back for this one. And he's big on the defensive end of things for the Blazers. And you look at the Blazers, 9-2 ATS this season. I think that's too many points. Take the Blazers plus the points in that one. And the other one, just take Charlotte plus the points. The Heat haven't covered anything either. They're awful against covering. Both teams have been awful, but 10.5 points, I don't see Miami winning by 11 in that one. Take the Hornets plus the points in that one.
So, I actually have another meeting scheduled at this time. I just didn't even know it. Chris, you're gonna have to take over the show, and I'll have to figure it out. I guess I could sit here and do the controls from behind, but I have to take this call. Yikes, that sucks. That's what happens when you're late, huh? I'm gonna go with the Mavericks. I just hate the Wizards' guts. I think the Hornets also stink. I'm gonna take the Heat bounce back spot. It's the comeback day for all the teams that should win. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'll figure it out. But anyways,
Taking an intermission.
flip
Taking an intermission, and then I could
No, there's no intermission. I'll just flip over the screen. I'll just
flip over the screen. Okay.
I'll just do it from here. Let's see. So sorry, everybody. I totally forgot, and I just double booked. But let me see.
Oh.
There you go. So you're not this person. This is me. Then we'll do. Go ahead, Chris. Keep talking.
All right, sorry, I just had to move the dogs over. They're all jumping all over me. Anyways, go when we covered the NBA, so I guess we'll move on to NHL, I suppose. Let me see if we can get this
College football.
or college football. Yeah, we'll do college football first. So 2 games on the board. Well, I've got Georgia Southern, Sunbelt action. Georgia Southern visiting Louisiana, and Tulsa taking on Memphis in AAC action. You like either of these?
I like the under in Georgia Southern and ULL. You look the line open at 59 and got 63.5 in spots, and I like the under. I don't get the line going way up. We figure we're going to get some points. I figure we're going to get some points too, but not that many. You look Georgia Southern 10-4 to the under following an ATS loss. ULL is 10-1 to the under following a straight up loss. And the last 5 meetings between these two all would be under that total of 63.5, 62.5 in spots. So I would have to go with Georgia with the under Georgia Southern and ULL in that one. And the other one, I'm going to go with the Golden Hurricanes here. Give me Tulsa plus the points, as I think they keep it close as well. Tulsa can find success in passing against this 119th ranked pass defense of Memphis, and I think they'd be able to keep up and keep it close. You look at the Hurricanes 4-1 ATS the last 5 versus Memphis. Road team 7-3 ATS. I'll take the Golden Hurricanes plus the points in that one.
Yeah, I got to be on the other side. I want no part of Tulsa if there's no Davis Brin, starting quarterback, questionable with a shoulder issue, and even if he goes, I can't think he's at 100%. Memphis, this is a good Memphis offense. I just don't think that Tulsa is going to be able to go score for score with Tulsa with Memphis in this game. Memphis, they lost that heartbreaker to UCF, and it's been a bunch of heartbreakers over the course of this 4-game losing streak. But this is still also a Tulsa team that gave up 53 points to Navy, 45 to SMU. I can't get on Tulsa. I got to go with Memphis, especially now that the line's dropped under a full touchdown. It's sitting at 6.5. I think I've got to go with Tulsa in this one. Or sorry, Memphis. Excuse me. I got to go with Memphis late in 6.5. Rob, what do you have for sale today?
And for me, over at Pink Dots Premium, we had a nice day on the hardwood. Swept the hardwood plays. I've got another Thursday Thrashers package, which gives you all my plays in the hardwood. I've got 2 college basketball slam dunks and my NBA layup. You get that one package, or you got my $15 Bookie Buster, my top play on the ice. You can scoop that up over at Pink Dogs Premium, or you can grab my NHL hat trick, which includes the Bookie Buster Premium. Head on over. We've been rolling this month and back in the pod with cash. So jump aboard. Make sure you use that promo code PICK and save 50% off all your purchases of $25 or more over at Pink Dogs Premium.
Yeah, for me today, I've also got a $15 College Hoops Fast Break. Also got a Thursday Throwdown 3-pack for college basketball, the $15 play included in that 3-pack for $40, and also got an NHL 3-pack as well, that for $40 as well. And like Rod said, use that promo code PICK for 15% off any purchase totaling $25 or more. You can get a couple of our $15 plays, and you'll get the 15% off as you use the code PICK. But also make sure you use it for long term. This is where the long term is going to really start to kick in and give you the best bang for your buck. The 3-day will now probably get you. Let me see here. Let me do my quick calendar in my head. You're going to get into NFL action on Sunday. You're going to get the loaded college football card on Saturday. Huge college basketball cards all throughout the weekend. So I think, going long term, the best value for you if you're going to pick dogs, especially if you use that promo code 15 off. But move on. And I'm just trying to decide which one do we do here. Let's do NHL first, because there's decent sized college hoops cards. So go to NHL. Only 4 games on the card tonight. Split it up 2 and 2. We'll go with the first couple games. Got Carol. No, I'm not talking about 4 games. We recorded 4 games for tomorrow.
10 games on the card today.
10 games today. So the first set we'll do. We've got Calgary at Boston. Bruins laying a pretty penny. This one line shot up from minus 164. Now it's sitting around minus 220. You got the Oilers visiting the Hurricanes. The Senators taking on the Devils. and the Columbus Blue Jackets hosting the Philadelphia Flyers. Any of these four, Rod?
Yeah, you look at these ones, and you got to keep riding Boston here. I would take Boston on the puck line. I think they easily beat up on Calgary. Calgary has had their struggles on defense. They've definitely been getting lit up. And then they've been like ranked this lead, and they blow those leads in the third. Last two games, a few games they've blown leads in the third. So I like Boston in that one. Lay the puck line. I think they easily win by 2. Call me homer. I'm going to take the Oilers. Take advantage. Carolina had to play yesterday against the Panthers and lost the rest of here, and they snagged themselves a win. So I like the Oilers in that one. I like the over in the Devils in Ottawa here, 6.5 goals. I think we've seen Ottawa, they can give up 7 goals on their own. But I think Ottawa can up some goals as well. So I like the over 6.5 in that one. And I think Columbus is a favorite. Something smells funky there. I'll take the Flyers on the money line as they are the far better team and playing great hockey compared to what Columbus has been doing. So gotta go with the Flyers in that one.
I'm just trying to pull up the starting goalie, see if there was something that was announced for. It looks likely that Carter Hart's going to go for the Flyers. So, if that's the case, I'm kicking myself that I didn't put this in as a premium. I like the Philadelphia Flyers and the money line there as well. This Flyers team has just been absolutely rock solid with Carter Hart in goal, and I gotta go with the New Jersey Devils here as well. I'll take them in regulation. Get that minus 194 price down. It's just that the Senators not in a good spot when you take them out on the road. They're already 0-4 this season. I don't want to lay the puck line with the Devils. I know the Devils have been playing well, and we've been complimentary on them in our videos just with how well they've been playing as of late. Winning 9 of 10, but it's still hard for me to lay any sort of minus 1.5 with the Devils. So I'll take them to win in regulation. If you want to take them on the money line, minus 194 too steep for me to play it singly. But if you want to put it in a parlay, maybe you could do that as well. But I'm going to take the Devils in that one. We move on to the next 3 games. We'll take a look at the Vegas Golden Knights visiting the Buffalo Sabres. You got the New York Rangers visiting the Detroit Red Wings, and the Arizona Coyotes visiting the New York Islanders. Ron?
In these ones, I like a couple. I like some 3 unders. I'm going to take the under in the Vegas Golden Knights in Buffalo. You figure you're going to get a high scoring one, and I'm going to go the other way. That Vegas Golden Knights D is solid, so I like the under in that one. And in Detroit, Billy Husso will probably be in net in that one. So again, I like the under 6. I think it's a lower scoring one, and both these teams have been trending to the under. Rangers 7-3 to the under their last 10. Detroit 6-3-1 to the under in their last 10. And the other one I like Arizona and the Islanders under. Both meetings last season went to the under, and the way they're playing definitely I like the under 6 in that one. And the other one I would lean to the Sharks, but I'm not touching that game. You can just keep fading the Blues. Eventually we'll get a win, but the Sharks team's been scrappy in a bunch of 1-goal games. So I would lean the plus 1.5 there with the Sharks. Throw that into some your parlays or parlay that up with, as Chris said, with the Devils. I wouldn't mind that parlay, little 2-teamer.
Yeah, I'm probably going to stick with the under 6 in that Rangers and Detroit game as well. It's just been a dominant trend. 23 of the last 28 meetings have all gone under the total. Decent enough sample size, and the goaltending has been pretty good on both sides. The offense for the Rangers has been a little bit sporadic lately. I do lean towards the Rangers as well, though. In that game, just a damning trend for the Red Wings. They've lost 11 straight after overtime, and they've lost 7 straight on the puck line after overtime as well. So maybe take the Rangers puck line and the under in that game. Maybe place a bet on each. And I'm also going to go with the under 6 in that Arizona and Rangers game, Islanders game as well. I agree. I think goals are going to come at a premium in that one. So I'll take the under in Arizona and the Islanders. And last 3 to close out the schedule. We got the San Jose Sharks taking on the St. Louis Blues. We got the Nashville Predators taking on the Colorado Avalanche, and the Chicago Blackhawks against the Los Angeles Kings.
My bad, I jumped the thingy. Like I said, I would take the Sharks on the plus 1.5. I think they got a great shot to outright the Blues of their losing streak's been awful. They won the first 3 games and lost 8 straight since. So I don't know if that's going to turn around anytime soon. So I lean to the Sharks in that one. And I like the Avs on the puck line over the Predators. The Predators have not been good. Sure, they got a couple of wins, but that was against Calgary, who's been a dumpster fire, and the Canucks, who we've seen what they've done. Going against the Avs, that's a tough spot here. Yeah, I was on the puck line in that one. And the other one, I like the over between the Kings and Blackhawks. I think we get plenty of goals. It opened to 6. It's up to 6.5. Even the books are expecting a lot of goals in that one, as both teams have been trending to the over. So I like the over in that one.
Yeah, I'm going to take a shot with the Blackhawks plus the 1.5 in that game. The Blackhawks have done a good job at least keeping things close for the most part against the Los Angeles Kings. You go back the last 10 meetings, you've had, doing some quick math here, 5 of the last 9 meetings have all been decided by 1 goal. And the bulk of them have needed, actually all 5 of those games have needed extra time as well. So maybe take a shot on the 60-minute tie in regulation. Probably get close to plus 300 on that thing. But yeah, I would take a shot with the Blackhawks plus the 1.5 in that game. And I'm with Rod. I think you got to take the Colorado Avalanche here. Take them in regulation, take them on the puck line, whatever you want to do. Because yeah, the line has dropped in favor of Nashville a little bit, but the Avs are just a far better team, and I just want no part of this Nashville team. They started to pick up wins a little bit more regularly lately, but yeah, I want no part of Nashville. And Colorado on the other side, I got to take the Avs. But now we move on to the last part of the schedule, college hoops, and today's a decent sized card. Tomorrow's card is huge, which is not something you're used to seeing for a Friday card. But try to group up some of these games. Got Lehigh at Virginia Tech, Charleston Southern, Ohio State, NC Central, App State, UMass Lowell against Columbia, Western Kentucky, Eastern Kentucky battling the Bluegrass. You got Quinnipiac taking on Stonehill, Presbyterian versus the Citadel, Western Carolina, Maryland, Sacred Heart, Rutgers, Loyola Maryland, Penn State, Colgate Brown, Towson, UMass, and we'll stop it there.
In these ones, I'm looking at North Carolina Central here. I think they can keep it closer with App State. I think App State wins it, but I think North Carolina Central can keep it close. Closer than, I think it's at 6 in spots. You watch that thing just keeps climbing. So I would take North Carolina as App State after scoring 90 points is 1-5 ATS following a 90-point scoring. So I think North Carolina Central can keep it close in that one. The other one, I like Quinnipiac to beat up on Stonehill. I think they win by 15 plus in that one, as they look good in their opening match. Stonehill did not, so I like that one. And the other one I like, I know normally we're riding the Blue Hose, but I like Citadel here. I think they're the better team, and they get the win over our Blue Hose. I think it's a close, tight game. I lean to the under in that one as well. I think you got a defensive battle. But I think Citadel pulls it out in the end, 3-4 point win in that one. 2 I like in the time slot you mentioned.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go to that 6:30 game. I'm gonna take Ohio State, laying the bundle against Charleston Southern. This is a game another game I wish I put in as a premium, but Ohio State just a better team here. Charleston Southern usually gets their butts whooped in the non-conference portion of their schedule. And this Ohio State team, once they get rolling, they are going to be very, very good. They got a couple of high-profile transfers, and they looked pretty good in their opener as well. They got the cover in that game, so I got to go with Ohio State. Get another victory, another cover in a what should be, I think, a 40-point beat down to Charleston Southern in this one. And just trying to look to see if there's anything else on the bone here. Probably lean towards Penn State laying the points against Loyola Maryland. Penn State, I think, just the far better team. Not used to seeing necessarily Penn State blow teams away, but when Penn State does, it's usually early on in the season. I could see the Nittany Lions win that one like an 80-56 kind of game, like a 24-point win, 25-point win. So lean towards Penn State laying the points in that one. But we move into the 7:30 slot, and just a lot of meat on the bone here. You got Gardner Webb at Stephen F. Austin. You got Southern Illinois taking on Oklahoma State. Cleveland State at Cincinnati, the state rivalry game there. North Dakota State at Kansas. Radford, Notre Dame. Texas Southern at Texas Tech. Nebraska Omaha at Nebraska. North Alabama, Alabama A&M. Central Mich and Marquette. Illinois State, Eastern Illinois. Bethune-Cookman, Indiana. Stop it there.
And these ones, I'm going to go with. I like the Salukis here. Southern Illinois, Oklahoma State didn't cover in their first game of the year. The Salukis did, and I think 8.5 is too many points. I think the Salukis can keep it close if they don't outright Oklahoma State in that one. Definitely take the Salukis plus the points. And I'm going to take North Dakota State to keep it closer with Kansas. I think it takes a bit for the Jayhawks to get rolling, and I think everybody's humping a bit closer than the 24.5 in that one. I think Jayhawks win by 20, not 24.5 in that one. And where did you go to? Indiana. I like Indiana to house Bethune-Cookman. I think they win by 40. I'll lay the 32.5 with Indiana, as they've got a solid team. I think they can score into the hundreds in that one. Bethune-Cookman's in trouble. I think Indiana blowout Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards North Dakota State as well. There's been a really good cover team, and Kansas. They'll probably win this game fairly comfortably, but I think they probably win this one by 20 to 21 points. North Dakota State 7-0-1 against the spread in their last 8 on the road, 4-0-1 in their last 5 games overall. And I just think that no Bill Self on the sidelines for the Jayhawks. Just going to change up the play calling a little bit, like the call from the bench. And Kansas will be fine, and they probably win this game fairly comfortably. I just think 24.5, just too many. I'm also going to look at the under between Gardner Webb and Stephen F. Austin. You look last year, sometimes with these first games, it's important not to overreact and go with at least what you have in terms of a statistic sample size. Last year, these were two teams that were in the top 100 in KenPom in terms of defensive efficiency. And I think these are two teams that are going to hang their hat on their defense this season. I expect this to be a first to 65 wins kind of game. So I like the under between Gardner Webb and Stephen F. Austin. And I was leaning towards Radford plus the points. I do think this Notre Dame team is talented. I just think 18.5, just too many. You're starting to see the line drop towards Radford here. Notre Dame didn't really blow anybody out, even when they took on much lesser opponents in the non-conference portion of their schedule last year. I think Notre Dame's just focused on getting through the preseason healthy and focusing on building what they did in the ACC last year. And also going to go with the under 137.5 in Texas Southern, Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech, just continuing to put their defensive stamp on anyone that plays them. Texas Southern usually good for springing an upset here and there in the non-conference part of their schedule, but I don't think it's happening against Texas Tech. I think Texas Tech wraps up the Tigers, and it's a beatdown, low-scoring beatdown. So give me the under 137.5 in that one. And the last part of the schedule, moving to the 9 o'clock games, you got Northern Arizona taking on Arizona State. You got Houston Christian taking on Texas. North Dakota against Creighton. Cal Poly against San Francisco. Got Nicholls State against Wyoming. Georgia Southern against Santa Clara. UC Riverside, Loyola Marymount. Vermont St. Mary's, and Alabama State Southern Cal.
The first one I like the under in North Dakota and the Creighton Blue Jays here. You look the Blue Jays off of an ATS loss. They are 5-1 to the under. North Dakota 5-0 to the under. Their defense is pretty solid, make it tough for Creighton to shoot from behind the arc. Creighton's going to have to score all their points in the paint. 3. I think that line might be It might be worth sprinkling a little North Dakota plus the points, but that line skyrocketed. Everybody's humping up on Creighton in this one. But I like the under better. I like the under 140.5 in that one. And one more. Where's the other one? Give me a second. The other one I like here is I like Loyola Marymount versus Riverside. Lay the 6.5. I see it at. I think Riverside. Tough spot for them here. The Mount, solid, good team at home here, and I think they get the win. That's a low spread. I think they win by 10 plus over Riverside in that one. Give me Loyola Marymount.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Creighton. I liked it at 26.5 and only put a couple bucks on it at 30.5. But this North Dakota team is dreadful. They beat on an Incarnate Word team that was near the bottom of the country. I think bottom 5 of the country in offensive and defensive efficiency last year, and really had pretty much the same roster carrying over. So it's like, yeah, you can have some continuity, but if it's the same pieces from a bad team, it's really not going to give you a ton of confidence. In North Dakota, they beat up on Incarnate Word, but they're going to be up against it here against Creighton. Creighton, they didn't look great against St. Thomas. They were kind of coasting through that game. But I think now with a game under their belts, these guys having a chance to play with each other, I think they're going to come out and really put the boots to North Dakota here. Again, I don't love it as much at 30.5, but I still would put a couple bucks on it. But I do like Vermont plus the points against St. Mary's. I think it's just the same situation here that you had with St. Mary's against Oral Roberts. I think it's just too many points. And Oral Roberts had a chance to win that game. St. Mary's, came on strong late. But I think Vermont, just an experienced team, a decent team in the America East this season. And I think Vermont has a chance to win this one outright as well. I'm going to take Vermont plus the points there. And I was leaning towards UC Riverside just because I think just 6.5, I think is too many with Loyola Marymount. The team lost, a couple of their top scorers from last year, but again, not a game I'm rushing to the window to bet. Probably my least favorite game of the games I gave out in this time slot. So would stick with UC Riverside, but I really do like Vermont in this one. Probably my favorite play in the slot. But I guess we move on to the parlay section. Rod, what do you have? What do you have for your parlay today?
My parlay, we're going to go take the Wizards, lay the points. Well, not lay the points. Maybe you get 3.5. So take the Wizards plus the points in that one. I'm going to take Tulsa plus the points. And the other one, we're going to lay the points with for my parlay.
Yeah, my parlay, I'm going to go with the New Jersey Devils. I'm going to go with North Dakota State. And I'm going to go with Vermont. 3-teamer. But anyways, we had some issues come up today, but the show must go on. And thank you guys for sticking with us. Thank you guys for leaving your comments, and don't forget to make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a like, helps us out a ton. Doesn't cost you a cent, but it'll help us keep this channel growing and keep providing you guys with new and fresh content, fresh faces. We've got tons of video. I think we're going to have our college football show coming up soon, very soon. I think within the next half hour or so, depending on when Mitch finishes up the stuff behind the scenes. So, but yeah, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you tomorrow.